Hi folks, this is Jason Moore here with MTGOacademy.com, and I'd like to welcome you to the latest installment of Dime a Dozen. This is Mono White Tokens today. Didn't really know what to play exactly. We have Kaladesh coming out. I think by the time this video is out, Kaladesh will be out. But, those brews will be coming, I promise. We'll get something new and exciting very soon. But I just opted to play this Mono White Tokens deck today. It's really built around Battle Screech and Guardian's Pledge. So, you're creating a huge board presence, and you're swarming the board, flying overhead, trying to get underneath, and then you're powering everybody up with Guardian's Pledge for the win. So our turn one plays are kind of mixed. It's a mixed bag. We do have some of the Soul Sisters here. We've got the Warden and the Attendant, so we can get a leg up on other creature strategies. Even though we already kind of have a leg up, this is just a little bit more for you. We've got Doomed Traveler, who becomes a flying token later on. Thraben Inspector, who is just going to be good for keeping the gas tank somewhat full. You get to cycle with this guy later in the game. And then we got a Singleton, Selfless Cathar. This is a pseudo Guardian's Pledge on a guy. So I think it's going to be fairly useful for us here. Also playing a straightforward mana base, 19 planes, and 3 Secluded Step again, trying to keep that gas tank a little bit full. This deck's got a, pretty strong, consistent endurance level. Because a lot of the cards are just 2-for-1. So I already mentioned Inspector and Traveler. We've also got Raise the Alarm, full 4 to gather the Townsfolk, and Fateful Hour, if you're wondering how often it comes up, the answer is never. Also 4 Squadron Hawk, and then Lumith Redfield, which I think is pretty important because the 1 toughness is a significant downside for combat, for playing around Electrickery, for various 2-for-1s and more for ones in the format. 2 copies of Prismatic Strands. This is also going to help us against other creature strategies, help us race the non-interactive decks that just plague the format right now. Hexproof. Heck, we might even be able to get a Rolling Thunder here and there against Is It Drake. It's not very likely because we're not just going to sit around with 3 mana open if we can help it, but we're just playing it for now. This also prevents sweepers sometimes, so I think it's decent to have in the main deck. Battle Screech, I said, the deck's kind of built not around this card. I know I said that, but because of this card. This card enables a token strategy to be really good. This is very close to Lingering Souls territory, and that card is an all-star in Eternal formats even, so yeah. And then 1 Triplicate Spirits. I don't like playing a lot of copies of cards that can screw up my opening hand, so you'll notice I play 1-ofs quite often when it's a card like this where you get diminishing returns in the early game. So yeah, we've got this one too. It's like a pseudo Spectral Procession. Sideboard, very quickly, we'll go over it. 4 Journey to Nowhere if we absolutely need to kill a creature. A lot of decks have these linchpin creatures that they work with. You have Thermo Alchemist and Burn. You have Nivik Cyclops, a Tog. You have whatever. Gurmag Angler, Delver Secret. So we will just kill all of that. Standard Bearer. This is a lot of applications actually. Hexproof, Stompy, Burn being the 3 main ones. 2 Cop Red. Again, I know I bring up Burn a lot, but if you watch the matches, there might be a reason for that. 3rd Prismatic Strands for any of those aforementioned matchups that I talked about. 4 Fairy Macabre. Word on the street is this is the technology to be using against Is It Drake. It's kind of hard to tell because I don't run into it very much. I'm intentionally dodging the leagues if you haven't noticed. So we've been able to dodge Drake sufficiently well so far. and Patrician Scorn, destroy all enchantments. This one, this is for when we face decks that have enchantments. Let's battle.
Hello, everyone. We're playing in the Pauper two-man queues as usual, and we're going to play first. We are playing mono white. We're playing the tokens deck today, and I don't think this opening hand's going to get there for us. So sadly, we're going to have to mulligan. I mean, there's all kinds of things that suck about this hand. 1 land, 2 Squadron Hawks, triplicate spirits, it's all bad. This, on the other hand, we can work with. So let's go ahead and get to work. We also get to scry. That's going to be sweet. I'll take a land. I'll take... yeah, mostly want to land here. You too. Thanks, man. Alright, we're keeping. Opponent kept. Now this is something I'd also keep because it's going to let us thin our deck pretty well. So I guess I'll keep it. I'm not 100% sold on that, but we'll go ahead and take a chance here. Some decks have a real hard time with Squadron Hawks, so that might also be a reason to keep it. Okay, so this narrows things down. You know, it could be Control, Blue-Black Teachings. It could be Angler Delver. I'm just going to go ahead and lay out or raise the alarm while counter magic is not a factor. It's possible I should have just played the Squadron Hawk, but this is a bit of a faster clock here, and we really got to race against time. A card like Evan Carr's Justice could be really bad for us, and if he's just going to leave up mana, we're going to be pretty sad. So I'm just going to attack first. We're clearly playing into some type of counter magic here. And I think the worst card that we currently can play is Lumathread Field, because it's not a threat, and he's likely going to have Justice rather than a Shrivel effect. So let's see if he wants to do anything about that. And typically against these open mana decks, I attack first in case they're planning to use a removal spell. That way either our second main is clear, or they took the damage when they could have used the removal spell. So it's definitely Teachings. And I have not yet played this specific matchup, I don't think. So we'll have to see what happens here. Now that we have extra Hawks, it is up to us if we want to burn one. I think I'm fine burning one currently, because next turn we could draw planes and then I can double up on my threats. Plus we have the second Hawk anyway. So he's going to counter this, and that's going to be that. He's going to sack as well. You know, currently we're pressuring. I don't know if he's playing Seagate Oracles or Gurmag Anglers. If he is, it's going to be a lot harder for us. So now we're just attacking again. He looks like he's leaving up some mana here, some Teachings mana. I'm still going to play the Hawk for the same exact reason that I played it last time, and we keep drawing them. They're not really good anymore. So if he's going to exclude, no, it's just counterspell. Okay. And mental note. Oh, so he actually might be Angler Delver. I think we have a better chance against that than we do just a straight up Teachings control list. Yeah, so now we can do some cool things. I probably should have thought the turn through a little more, because there was a chance I could have exploded with this triplicate spirits, but I think I actually want to deal the damage anyway. So here comes Inspector. Looks like he might have an exclude, like he's searching for an answer. No, deprive. Okay, so I think we're clear for a Squadron Hawk, which is at least something that gets over the Gurmag Angler. We only get one Hawk now. It's not the best, but there are some things we might be able to do. Next turn we might be able to sneak a triplicate spirits in, which could be a huge play. I don't expect him to have Justice main deck. He scoured away an AK, so the next AK will be pretty savage. So now we have to do a lot of thinking. I think it's actually just Battle Screech, because we can cast it twice. He played a Deprive, which kind of indicates no more counters. I'm a little skeptical about just playing Battle Screech and getting Wrathed. But to me, Mental Note Thought Scour is Dimir Angler, and there's not a good chance of him playing Evankar's Justice main. So I think I'm just going to play Battle Screech, leaving up Flashback capability. I mean, he could be playing Echoing Decay as well. If for some reason he lets it resolve, then he just sat there and let it resolve. So do I flash it back is the question. I mean, this isn't a pretty ample amount of pressure. I think I'm actually going to leave it. We have a pretty good board position here, so I'm just going to keep attacking him and make him do something about it, and then we'll figure it out from there. I mean, the Spirits is not very close to being cast, but it's not that far away either. Alright, so he's going to get an Echoing spell. He's sort of a more controlling version of Dimir Angler. Oh, he's just going to get an AK. So maybe he already has the Echoing spell, or he's not playing it main deck. Yeah, he just drew the... Okay, I think he's probably just kind of to the sword here. Feeling kind of pressured. Let's see what he does with the Ponder. He's drawing a lot of air this whole game, so is from the looks at least. Okay, he's gonna Scavenger here. No, he's not. Okay, so he's still against the ropes. I mean, by kind of a lot. I think I'm actually gonna attack in the air here, and then I have the option of flashing back Battle Screech depending on what he does. So Doom Traveler's a decent bait. Yeah, I don't know. Do we go all in here? We could also play Triplicate Spirits. The main way we lose is in Evankar's Justice. He's only at 7 though. That's the only card to completely play around. I think I'm just gonna go all in here because he's seen so many cards otherwise. It'd be silly to play around Evankar's Justice and lose to anything else. So I think I'm just going all in. And if I get screwed by that, I'm going to be very sad, but I mean, I'm going to be very screwed by that actually. But one land away from Triplicate Spirits, so okay, he just conceded. All right, so we ended up kind of benefiting from that decision not to play around Justice because I don't think he would have it in the main deck. We're going to cut Prismatic Strands. It just doesn't really do anything against a control deck that, well, if he is playing Evankar's Justice, there's a chance it can save us, but I think that's just a little too ambitious. I think we want Journey to Nowheres for either Delver blocking our flyers, Sultai Scavenger blocking our flyers, or Grimwog Angler just wrecking us. I think that's actually all the boarding I want to do. I want everything else. I want Luma Threadfield. I don't necessarily want Soul Warden and Soul's Attendant, but they are threats, and they are early threats. So we're just going to run with those and see what happens. Being on the draw is a lot worse because his permission gets better against our 2-drop threats. His permission, he's got that tempo advantage that lets him leave up counter magic on our turn 2. So, but we have the chance of, I'm going to keep this. I'm actually going to play my Thraben Inspector first because I want it to resolve because I want the card. So that's how I'm living. We'll see. We'll see if that pays off or not. I mean, he does have the Delver. It's possible I may have wanted all 4 journeys because sometimes I forget that this is a Delver deck, and turn 1 Delver is still a force to be reckoned with, and he's obviously going to flip here. But we will get Squadron Hawks. I think we might be able to outpace him in long term, but we'll have to see about that. So he's obviously going to flip, and whatever card he shows us, he wants us to see. No real mystery there. Let's see if he uses a fetch land here. He will. Okay. So I'm not going to play around days. Just going to go for the Squadron Hawk most likely. Yeah, I'll just do it now. So I can pick up 3 and discard, or just pick up 2, which I think is probably better. I'm just trying to expedite the process here. Done. Attack you. And as you can see, I mean, it's going to be an issue. But we can, get some life with Soul's Attendant and create a huge board presence, so that might help. We are a little soft to shrivel at the moment. But we're just, or Whale of the Nim, or whatever he plays. I don't know that we can really afford to play around it in this particular position, because I think Delver is forcing our hand here. Literally. Okay, and he just sits back. I don't actually think I'm going to block this turn, so I'm going to attack him first. We have a bunch of secluded steps. Okay, disfigure. So sitting back to block would have been kind of silly anyway. He's welcome to counter this. We don't love it, but it's not too horrible for us. I mean, it's not good. Okay, so he's just leaving him AK, I guess is the thing. So this is going to help equalize some stuff. Equalize our life total a little bit. And we are trying to set him up for a Guardian's Pledge at some point. So there's the AK. And now what's he going to do? He's going to attack. Okay. So we're basically in a race position here, and we're not in great spot, but again, our ability to create a big board and Soul's Attendant being on the table could be good. He didn't shuffle though. It looks like he's going to Angler now. He got rid of the Brainstorm and Island so he could get to the next card, which is another Delver Secrets. And he's also going to play the Angler. Oh, Nihil Spellbomb. That does absolutely nothing to us. So there's a lot that we can do here. I guess we're just playing 2 Squadron Hawks though and attacking with our 2 guys. And if he wraths us, we have a lot of draw that we can draw from that we can look to. So Delver has no blocks, and then we can decide if we want to block or not. I don't know that we're going to. We'll have to see. And at this point, we'll say no. The Nihil Spellbomb doesn't really do anything against our deck. If we leave Battle Screech in the graveyard, we're idiots. So there's really no way he's going to affect anything. Okay, so we also have to consider this Guardian's Pledge here. He didn't flip, so that's pretty good. If he attacks blatantly into us, he's only got 2 cards left also, that's really good for us. And now he does nothing. So we have 2 copies of Guardian's Pledge. I'm not so convinced I want to commit anything else to the board. We haven't seen a counterspell from him at all, so it would be very silly to think that he doesn't have one. So I think for now I'll go ahead and cycle first, just to get the cheapest effect possible. And Limit Thread Field is pretty good here. It's decent bait for a counter spell, so I think I'll go ahead and play it. Because I actually do want him to use a counter. He didn't. I'm not convinced I want to play Inspector. I guess it's okay. Because it survives Evankar's Justice. And we are going to play the remaining secluded step because we might get to a point where we want to be at double Guardian's Pledge. If I attack with these Hawks, we get in for 2 damage, which I'm not, I don't see any real value in, especially when we lose a Hawk. The other great thing about Field here is our blocks get really good against him. So Teachings might get Echoing Decay now. Yes, so the Squadron Hawks are going down. That is not good for us, not at all. But if he taps low enough, oh, counterspell. Never mind. Never mind. So that's not good at all. Yeah, so he's just gonna whack us for 6. I mean, it seems like the strongest play he can make. Yep, there they go. So double Guardian's Pledge doesn't really do a ton. Because only one of them will resolve, so he would go to 7, I believe. We draw another Plains. I think I'm going to have to cycle here first. Battle Screech would be pretty good. Just another Guardian's Pledge. So should I cycle again? Because we're real... I think we just have to lob Guardian's Pledges at him for the time being. We obviously can't block, so... This is actually his last card, so that's good. This puts him in a weird position, because next turn we have double Guardian's Pledge, and it actually kills him. Whoa, isn't that crazy? I mean, he has to draw nothing, but that's kind of the situation that we're in, because he's got us dead with the race. So if he drew nothing, we win, and I think we just have to press him. Doesn't look like he drew nothing though. Maybe. So should I play the land? I guess no. It doesn't get around anything, really. I mean, Force Spike. Either he has it or he doesn't. So not playing the land doesn't really achieve anything. So because he has to make a move. So he's going to counter. And if he has removal, ooh, what if he does damage? Yeah, so that kills us, right? We basically have to draw a Journey to Nowhere, which doesn't do enough. Yeah, I think we're just dead. So if I play Guardian's Pledge, he's gonna counter it. So I guess if I play anything, he's gonna counter it. But yeah, so he drew the. All right, well, we just have to hope that he misses his attack, and that's probably not happening. But yeah, we got roasted by Delvers. We want more journeys for sure. That was just a stupid idea. I'm glad he's playing Nihil Spellbomb. It's a dead card in his deck. Alright, so we lose game 2, but we're going to game 3 here. What do I replace with Journey to Nowhere? It's not exactly clear. I guess a Soul Warden and Soul's Attendant on the play is not great. They didn't really perform all that well for us, so... And we'll see how this this plays out, because this will be really interesting now that we're on the play. I think he's going to take out Nihil Spellbomb. I mean, he has cards like Diabolic Edict. They're typically bad against us. Um, but he probably needs to keep in all the removal he can afford, that he can get. And, typically the Diabolic Edict's just going to nab, part of a Doomed Traveler or part of a Battle Screech or part of a Raise the Alarm. So, alright, let's get a real solid 7-card hand and go for the steamroll here. Yeah, we'll keep this. So, we don't have a turn 1 play, but he goes to 6. We do have multiple turn 2, turn 3, turn 4 type plays. I think I will lead with Gather the Townsfolk. It's really up in the air between the two. But I think it's just a faster clock to begin with. It's going to matter more over time. Well, it gets worse over time, I think, whereas Squadron Hawks getting in the air is going to be relevant for most if not all of the game. And he's going to Thought Scour. There's also the chance that he doesn't even hit an island here. He might have been on 1 land to begin with. Yeah, he wasn't. So I guess we attack and then Lumathread Field for the bait. Force him to do something. I'm not sure if he's packing any sweepers because he hasn't seemed to care about Lumathread Field at all. He's going to counter it. Deprive actually. So that could be his only counter. And he seems to be missing black, or Deprive just set him back a turn off of it. Now he's playing black. Okay, Nausea. Alright, so that's why he countered it. And now we get to re-up with Hawks and hopefully do some damage. We are a little ahead on tempo, but he got a lot of it back. With the quick Nausea, he might also have a second, which may be why he played it so quickly. And now we gotta click no and see what happens here. So now he's actually making a play. Brainstorming. So this is really nebulous because we don't know if he already has the second Nausea or if he's looking for it. That's what makes this so tough as the tokens player, is that we don't know if he's brainstorming because he wants to get more value out of a Nausea that he already has, or if it's because he's looking for another Nausea. I think we'll quickly find out. What we can also do is leave up Guardian's Pledge as sort of like anti-nausea technology. It also defends against Echoing Decay. The split between Townsfolk and Squadron Hawk also plays against Echoing Decay. So I think I'll just do it. Okay, second Brainstorm. And we're showing that we have ample pressure here, and we have a Journey to Nowhere for a potential blocker. So he's coming off of a mulligan to 6, I believe. So, and definitely he's really thinking hard about that Brainstorm. No Disfigure action on his end step. Let's see what he does now. Okay, so looks like we get to fight off his Nausea. There's the anti-nausea for you. And he has a Delver, which we can kill. I think we basically just go all in here. We journey away the Delver, and we go all in on our board. While we can, this gives us a huge tempo boost, and we've already seen 2 Nauseas from him, so a third would just be retarded. Not that you should never play around the possibility of a third, but I think for the purposes of this game, it would be a mistake to do so. So I'm just going to hawk it up, and then I'm going to do some inspecting. I mean, anything else he has in his hand makes holding back pretty much worse. So holding back is worse against echoing. It's worse against single removal spells. It's worse against single blockers. And it just adds more pressure to the point that he can't really get anything going. Now maybe casting Journey was a little bit rushed. I don't necessarily think so, actually. So we can fly over this. We can even just attack into it if we want. If we attack into it, it drops him to 7. I could also draw my card and maybe find a Journey to Nowhere. I guess we draw first. Since we have 3 mana worth of stuff to do anyway, there is a Journey to Nowhere. So I guess we'll try and bait with Doom Traveler and see what happens. I mean, he knows Squadron Hawk is there. Oh, thank you. He did not want to deal with the Doom Traveler, and we do not want to deal with an Angler, so we'll just let him have it here. There goes the old zombie fish, and we take half of his life total out, and things get really interesting. Okay, he draws 2 cards. He's at 6. We have 6 damage on the table. He probably has some way to survive, but does he have a way to not only survive but come back? He's got the echoing, so there you go. Battle Screech makes things really interesting. So I can attack with 2 guys, and then Battle Screech. Yeah, let's do it. 1, 2. Battle Screech with flashback, that is. Puts him to 4. And this is really just pressure, make you have it, or get you the F out of dodge. So let's see what happens. Just F6. And I mean, we fought through a lot already, and for our troubles, we get 30 play points. Alright, we won the first round, and happy to see that. Beat Delver Angler, which I think is probably to be expected. They have a lot of removal, but they don't have as many roadblocks as you might want against a strategy like this. So, thank you for watching. Okay, guys, we've got another round. We're on the draw. Our opponent's mulligan to 6, and I think we can keep. We've got plenty of action for a while here. So let's see if the opponent keeps mulliganing and trying to arrange some of this stuff. Dr. Feelgood. Alright. Keep 6 and bottoms. Okay, looks like he's good old-fashioned hexproof. Maybe. I think we want to lead with Doom Traveler. Against anything but hexproof, it's probably better. We're going to have time to get Selfless Cathar down anyway. Yeah, it looks like he's probably hexproof. I think we might be able to outrace it. He's got one of the slower draws. Do we want to play double 1-drop? I think so. I think that's actually our best play. Okay, this game 1 might be good for us, actually. Whoa, my mouse is all weird. So I gotta be extra careful here because I don't want to make a mistake. My mouse is really weird. Okay, well, I need to keep an eye on that, that's for sure. We might be able to get his hexproof guy with a Raise the Alarm Trap. Oh, he's tokens also. Well, now. Okay, that's not good. I'm willing to trade Selfless Cathar for... He might also have Sprout Swarm here, though. So it might be correct to play Illumith Redfield. I think it might be correct, actually. Sprout Storm, he just taps them both and taps this, I think. Or taps these two. Yeah, I think we want to do this first. That should give us an edge. Even if he does have Soul Warden on the battlefield. Okay, oh, he's got Armorer now. Alright, so our best bet's to try and get in the air. Gather is only okay here, but it might be better than... So if I attack and he blocks, we can Guardian's Pledge him. And that might be good. Yeah, we have an attack here. So, let's see what he wants to do. We also have Selfless Cathar. Okay, so this is not bad. He loses that toughness boosting and also takes 6 damage. So he's missing land drops as well. Okay, so she's good, but she's slow. We can now battle Screech, which is going to gain him 4 life. But I think in the grand scheme of things, it'll be worth it. So I'll try and get in a free attack here with the Raven Inspector. See what happens. Especially because we just got his Armorer. We also have the option of trading Selfless Cathar for the Evangel. But I actually think Battle Screech with the Cathar is going to be more useful. So I'll go ahead and do it. I actually could have attacked with 2 guys there. My mistake. I think getting in the air as soon as possible is what we want to do. And something like this. So he's really tied up with mana. I mean, especially tapping this and the Colony Garden. And he can't attack back, which is great. So I think we can still attack with basically everyone. Maybe not this guy. Let's just get in the air. I think that's fine. We're going to create too many guys here. We're going to cast Gather the Townsfolk and leave up Raise the Alarm. And then we might have a kill the following turn. So you go up to 14, 15, then we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay. But they're only 1/1s. And Selfless Cathar is going to be a pretty big attack. Basically at any point. Okay, well I can't really expect any fog effects to come in. So we have to assume he's leaving up either... Ooh, that's pretty good too. Yeah, I guess we just cast that. Just makes blocking even worse. And I haven't done all the math, but it's going to be real hard to block everything profitably. Don't send in Cathar, because then that forces me to actually use it if he triple blocks. We have 8 in the air, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So if he doesn't block anything, it's pretty much a kill, but he will block something. So he's going Sprout Swarm now. Or another Scatter. Okay. Still needs to block. Okay. So that's going to slow him down a little bit. We could also just do it, which would be 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and you lose 3 creatures. Or just make you take 4, 6, 7. I think this is fine, actually. We lose a guy, you lose a guy. We're going to play a guy. You take 7. I can do it next turn. Oh, no buyback. Okay, 21. And yeah, that's fine. You probably have another guy anyway, so I give you 1 turn basically to find Journey to Nowhere for my Selfless Cathar. But it's looking pretty good for us. Our guys are huge in comparison. We don't really have much for this matchup except Prismatic Strands and maybe some Journeys. Oh, yeah, we'll definitely need Journey here. Alright, so I think we have to go for the kill, because he's looking like he wants to go infinite here. So we can afford to do this and maybe find a pledge. Okay. Yeah, we probably need to attack for as much as we can here. So I think we just attack now with everybody. 8. I mean, he's got a lot of blocks. But basically what I need to do is be able to punch through for enough damage so that even if he gets Presence of Gond on Midnight Guard, we still have him dead in the air or something, or dead to something we draw. But if he leaves up, yeah, he might leave up all of these guys on defense. This is 10, 12, 14, 16. I think he's dead here. Unless he has something. Okay, that's fine. I think he might be dead. Six, 10. Oh no, I didn't do the math correctly. 6, 14, 16. Yeah, no, I did do the math correctly. So can he sprout swarm twice? It's looking like maybe not. Oh, looking like he can. Well, that's unfortunate. It's going to go to 1. So again, even if he does, he gains infinite life though with the, gains infinite life with the Soul Warden, so we would lose if he has the combo. I wish I could just deal 1 point of direct damage. Alright, let's see what happens. Or did we get there? I mean, we may not have gotten there because he still has a Sprout Swarm just powering up everything. I think he can only do it twice though, which leaves him dead to the air attack alone, let alone the other stuff. We might have just narrowly gotten there. Ooh, so close, guys, so close. Luminthread Field was a huge deal. Battle Screech was a huge deal. Selfless was a big deal. This we maybe would have been better off saving for later, and this was a huge deal on his end, and of course if he had comboed we would have died. Most likely. So, we probably want to leave in our Soul Wardens because they actually kind of turn off his combo. We want to leave in Strands. Thraben Inspector might be the weakest card we have. We kind of need a lot of answers to... We kind of need a lot of answers to the Midnight Gond thing. We actually can kill the Presence of Gond. I think that's the only enchantment he plays though, so I'd rather try and kill the dude and like Pallid Mycoderm and the Evangel. There's a lot of creatures we want to kill. So I think we'll do that. We'll just play 2 strands. Three might be overkill. Okay, he's playing first, and we can't keep this. It's just not going to work out. I mean, if we knew we were drawing the land for sure, we'd be okay. He snap kept, which is not a good sign. Might have a combo. Let's go ahead and mulligan. We can keep this. It's not beautiful. It's actually quite ugly. I'm leaning towards top that. Alright, let's see how this plays out. Yep. Plays out a little weird. Maybe we can get her to walk into a raise the alarm. Okay, well that's a good start. That's an even better start for you. Alright, don't hesitate on the turn pass, just pass immediately. Trying to get him. He wouldn't go for it. Okay. Well, good for you. Good for you. At least we get to attack. Actually, do we get to attack? He's got Sprout Swarm now. So I guess we don't get to attack. We could have used strands, but that doesn't do anything. Yep. Okay, F6. Well, he's going to have a life advantage early, obviously. If we can get some of our own stuff down, that'll help. Our own wardens and stuff. We're not really in good shape here. He did just throw away the Sprout Storm, so he probably has more on deck. Strands might actually be a game changer. Might actually be a game changer. I'll take the hits since we have strands coming. Go ahead. No, okay. Maybe not. I'm going to just add more to the board, and then we'll leave up strands after that. Yeah, Sprout Swarm's going to be vicious. Let's try and save myself a little bit of time here. No. Yeah, this game's going to get real annoying and real just grindy and stupid. So, yeah, that Sprout Swarm's going to be a doozy. Oh, man. Okay, well, Journey would be nice. I can only keep my Air Force alive for so long here. So, question is, do I do it? Since we have so many strands, I think we'll do it. And actually, I don't think we attack here. No, I don't think we attack. I will check out this message a little later. Yep. Okay, I think his clock is going to be in trouble by the time we get to game 3, but we'll have to see. I mean, this is already looking kind of awkward. I mean, for us, I think we might get kind of beat down here. Okay, so that will strands. Boom, boom, boom. My mouse is also being weird. Just so you know. Hopefully I can find a journey to nowhere by the time... no. By the time this, these strands run out, oh god.
Oh, I found one. But now I have to decide, do I take the Midnight Guard or the Scattershot Archer? I think I have to take the Midnight Guard, because I can survive the Archer a little while. Oh no. Oh, okay. He's got one card left. Yeah, this is abysmal. This is abysmal. Yeah, so we're losing this matchup because he's got so much inevitability with Sprout Swarm, the combo kill. We're just more honest. And once again, we're paying the price for that. I don't know how many weeks in a row I need to try and learn this lesson, or, not try and learn this lesson, but fail to learn this lesson. But I guess we have to go another week being weak. Oh, we cast a second one. Okay. Well, let's just save our Prismatic Strands from here on out. And of course we've got Raise the Alarm. Well, playing this guy is a little sad, but we're going to do it anyway. I don't know that we want to play Strands. I guess we won't. Try and catch his attackers. I mean, we're so far behind. I don't know how we actually win this game. I think the answer is we don't. Plus he has two Scattershot Archers. There's actually no point in casting the Strands. He can just respawn by going boom boom. Jeez, this is ridiculous. So once he just activates, just let it happen right away. So now if he attacks, we can Strands it up. Let's go ahead and declare blockers here. I mean, he's still going to do a bunch of damage to us. But what are you going to do? And this is going to take forever too. My mouse, I swear, is really screwed up for some reason. I think the surface is lousy. So this will actually, do a little bit for us. But it might not do a ton. Okay, those are my blocks. Boom, boom, ba-doom. Prismatic Strands to the rescue. And aiming green, I gotta be real careful with this mouse. So that at least does a little bit for us. And that does next to nothing for us. At least right now. Because he's at 72 life. And +2/+2 until end of turn just doesn't have quite the ring to it that it used to. Yep. There's basically no way we win this. We're really just doing this for the hourglass effect of trying to get the clock out of here. Which may be, a thing. I think I'm going to actually use the Guardian's Pledge here to keep my guys alive. He doesn't really have attacks. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we'll just pass again. He's going to grow exponentially. He can do this more and more times with each guy he gets. I need to auto yield to that that little number. There we go. Now we got it set up, kind of. And this is our last prismatic strands, by the way. Yeah, there's too many angles they can beat us from. This is just really sad. Okay. So he can do that right now. So do I lose 10, 12 attackers? I have 4, 6, 7 blockers, so 5 will get through. Alright, so I'm actually going to use the Guardian's Pledge this turn. And I think next turn he's going to have so many guys that I have to use the Prismatic Strands, but it really won't matter in the long run. We're going to lose anyway. But the way we don't lose immediately is to use the Guardian's Pledge this turn. And that means no raise the alarm. Okay. Blah de blah. Sure. I guess he could keep sacking if he wants. It's up to him. Five times 3 is 15. 5 times 4, now we actually have to use it. Okay, well this guy's a finisher. Okay, 5 times 5 is 25. That was unnecessary. Okay, once my mouse starts working, I will click to my heart's content here. Green! So yeah, we're probably not surviving after this. But we can still try. We'll just make them go through the motions here. Actually, I think, well, I don't know. I think we're still alive. I don't know. So I'll just go ahead and F6 this turn away. Alright, we got a good 2 minutes on him in terms of clock is concerned. And now what? Sure. Okay, now he's just not given an F. Alright, the alarm has been raised. Don't really think there's much we can do. We have 8, 9 blockers for these. We're at 20 still, though. I mean, I wouldn't mind killing those off. We really, I don't know. I don't think we can survive this. Okay, so just out of spite, I'll go for some kills here. I mean, I don't think we can win this game if we just chump block all those sapperlings. So what I'll try to do is just have him screw up, or he just uses up as much clock as possible. Doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, he just cast the armor this turn, so that I guess that does make sense. Yeah, we'll just do it like that. Again, if we were just to chump the 9 saprolings, he sacks one of them and they steamroll all our guys, we don't have a chance anyway. So, just do it this way. It takes up the most time on his clock. And, yeah, we'll go to game 3. Which will be hard pressed to win because he's got way too many things we care about. I mean, maybe we do need a third prismatic strands, but what do you cut at that point? Maybe Doomed Traveler. Okay. Just hoping to win in the air, basically. Standard Bearer turns off some stuff, but not enough. Yeah, this might be good. This might be fast enough, is what I'm saying. So we'll keep it. Plus we have the Journey to Nowhere. He's playing more Soul Wardens than we are. I think we're only playing 4, and he's probably playing 7 or 8. Probably all 8. So that's a problem. Okay. And that's his typical, start. As you can see. I could kill it, but I think gaining him a little bit of life early is fine. Again, try and get him to walk into Raise the Alarm. We're even going to let this Soul Attendant resolve to make it seem like we don't have the Raise the Alarm. Normally I would play the Raise the Alarm before he resolved the Soul's Attendant, but I'm really trying to bait him in. Just doesn't go for it. Okay. Well, still get some attacks in. I might end up just killing one of the attendants at this point. I'm not sure we can... I'm not sure we can win this game letting one live. He's going to be like, you should have casted Raise the Alarm early. Oh. Yeah, that is a good thing, I imagine. So, do I need to kill a Soul's Attendant, or do I wait for Midnight Guard? I think I'll wait one more turn. Yeah, he's going to gain 4 life. I think in the grand scheme of things, 4 life is probably not too bad. Just going to F6. Okay, Scattershot Archer may be a threat to us. Currently it is not. That guy kind of is. Still does not want to attack. Well, Triplicate Spirits is kind of crazy. Yeah, I guess I'll just Journey the Archer and make the Spirits. That's probably our best chance of winning. Again, there's just too many things to try and Journey here. Fra. Okay. So, no attacks. But he's going to get pretty vicious here. At least we've got an Air Force that he seemingly cannot answer. So that's a start. Eventually we can maybe get some other work done. Wow. So that could be some damage. I'm Well, we kind of have carte blanche to attack too. Um, I mean, he's clearly got either Scatter the Seeds or Sprout Swarm here. Three, 5, 8 times 3 is 24, I believe. Yeah, 24. Drops him to 11. But he gains 2. So if he just casts, well, if he's got Scatter the Seeds, I don't know that he can without green guys. So it's just Sprout Swarm. He gains 4. He puts the guy in front of Selfless Cathar. I think we're just going to run the Guardian's Pledge and try and kill him. I think this is the way to do it. Okay, and he loses that advantage. Okay, so he takes 3 times 7, which is 21. Goes to 16. Or 14 or something. Yeah. And he's actually dead next turn if he doesn't block. Well, not exactly, but kind of close. And he doesn't have... Oh, man. The hell. Just has it all, man. And the journey. Good God. What a sad, sad world. Well, we could draw another pledge. Now we draw the most useless card imaginable. Alright, well, I'm actually going to play one Hawk just to draw the other 3 out of my deck. Oh, this is so bad. I mean, we can draw a lot of stuff. We can draw a Lumathread Field. We can draw another Guardian's Pledge, I guess. No, he also has Sprout Swarm. Well, this is ridiculous, but this game's going to kind of go on forever at this rate. Except the Sprout Swarm tokens are going to basically destroy us. Oh, it was a Scatter the Seeds. So that's pretty good for him, but not insane. Yeah, I guess we play that. Again, eventually we can maybe make something happen. He didn't do anything on our end step, that's good. He might be flooded here. Yeah, I kind of like journeying the Scattershot Archer. Seems good. Might be able to do something with that. So now I can attack with Doomed Travelers and get my Hawks in the air. It's basically how I'm winning. It's just with flyers, if I'm winning. Yep. And I'll say no. No! Also look at the time. my, look at the time. Nothing from him. Ooh, and Guardian's Pledge. The time is not yet right for that, but we're close. We're close. So continue to do this, try and get our flyers out there. This is just an instance or an issue of him drawing too many lands and us drawing duplicates not only of Guardian's Pledge, but of Journey to Nowhere for just the critical thing. The critical card. Alright, so we'll see how much damage we can possibly do next turn. No. 3, 6, 8. 8 times 3 again is 24, so that'd be lethal. No, now he has the Sprout Swarm. Well, that's just dandy. shoot. The hell? I think I'm just gonna fire this. I'm not gonna use it defensively. Stupid Scattershot Archer number 3 came down. So we are gonna lose, most likely. But the more of his guys we kill, the closer we can get to making it happen. Oh, that was smart. So maybe I shouldn't have sent her, but I don't actually know if that's gonna factor in. I mean, we have 3 other copies, so we could draw another one, but we'll just have to see, I guess. Oh, you're doing this while my Soul's Attendant can gain me life. Yeah, that wasn't too smart, pal. Okay, cool. Now I'm losing a bunch of stuff. Uh-oh. Is he gonna do what I think he's gonna do? He's probably just gonna destroy me. Well, there's a Prismatic Strands that can do something. I actually don't need it this turn though, because he can't attack me with all of his stuff. So he's probably got the combo. I mean, if he does, I'm just gonna concede because I don't want to live in misery any longer. I mean, Prismatic Strands, no, because he'll just make all the guys. I don't have an answer to all the guys, so. Yep, we just got beat by the more suited version of tokens for this matchup. I think we might be more suited for other versions of stuff, but yeah, that's really tough here. We're just gonna take the 8. Sure. Next turn we can Strands, but we're just delaying the inevitable here. Oh, we can Strands for like 1,000,000 years. That's pretty good. Oh, I gotta auto yield to that guy. I don't think I'm gonna F6 just on the off chance that he can't deal any damage to us in his green-white deck on our end step. So there's that. Please attack with some. Oh, cool! He skipped your attack step. That's cool. What do I kill? Nothing, because I have to use Prismatic Strands first. Okay, well that's a thing. Well, I don't think we can survive 5 minutes of his time, but you never know. He could flip out and forget something. Just have to wait and see. That's basically the only way we can get out of this. So we'll see what happens. This game is so weird. Okay. Well, I do have the journey. Okay, just auto yield to that. I mean, I'm not sure how many times he wants to do this. The journey actually doesn't matter. I think I have to kill the veteran armorer now, so that our guys will at least trade. I don't even know if that matters. So I can fog 4 attacks. I don't even know that I fogged this first one, but actually I think I do because I need to free up the mana here. Alright, he's going full achievement unlocked mode on us. Man, the third archer was the thing that did it. Once he ripped that, it was over, in my opinion. So again, if he does this too long, I mean, we can fog 4 turns and then we might be able to get him to time out, but okay. No attack. Okay. Well, I'll just pass again. Try and get some kills out of the deal. Alright, so I can kill Armorer. I guess we don't care about him gaining life, but we may need some flyers. So I guess we'll do that. Actually, sorry. Our token will die if we do it like that. So I guess we'll go in front of a green guy. We're going to lose a lot of guys, but yeah, that's kind of the breaks here. So we take 3. I'm going to F6. So now do I journey anything? He's got another scattershot archer. So I think I actually just journey the scattershot archer. And sure, we'll peck him for 2 in the air. We probably shouldn't, because we should try and knock out everything, but... Okay, so he's kind of all in on this. He's losing a lot of clock by stacking the triggers. Okay, so we'll kill... I shouldn't have attacked. I should have just killed his stuff. Actually, we can kill his stuff. I don't think we brought in a 3rd strands, but if we did, that's probably the only way we even have a chance of winning. I guess we'll find out. So all his triggers go away, but we lose a bunch of guys too. We'll just attack him. I don't think we're winning, but I mean, maybe we are. Okay. This is only taking him like 14 seconds to deal with, so. And again, he's gonna get us with like a minute left. There's really no reason left to be in the game, but we'll do it anyway. I'll kill the plant token. Oops. Okay, draw another one. Oh, okay. I'll just concede. Alright guys, we'll go to round 3 now. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, welcome to, I believe this is round number 3 here, and we've got, basically Kaladesh has come online since the last rounds were played, and we have all this craziness. I think we have new auto keys or something. So I'm going to try and not screw this up too badly. I guess we're on the draw, we're keeping this hand. And we're playing against Burn. We have a Prismatic Strands in hand, so we might actually be able to pull this off. Hopefully everything that I'm used to doing still works. Let's find out. Yeah, I'm just going to ignore the new keys. I'm looking at them right now, and it doesn't look like anything I need to immediately implement. So we're just going to ignore that for now. He's going to Searing Blaze me? No. Okay. So what I would like to figure out here is well, let's see what I draw. Okay, I think I want to gather the townsfolk here. Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely racing at this point. We're going to block with one of our 1/1s, and then we're going to get to start attacking, I hope. And we'll leave up Strands turn 3. I think. We may even just set up for Battle Screech. That's a little risky. I mean, he could get kind of quick on us. And if we play Secluded Step instead of leaving up Prismatic Strands, we get in a weird position where we could get killed. Alright, so I'm just going to chump block here. Against Burn, in case you didn't know for some reason, in most situations you're going to want to preserve your life total as best as possible. So he's just passing. Okay, so I think we will go ahead and attack and try and basically counter a burn spell. I could have left up a guy to flash it back, but I think it's going to be better for us to get in the damage. It's definitely debatable. He didn't do anything on our end step, which is kind of weird. I'm actually going to take this little ping because I really want to counter a full-fledged burn spell here, if possible. If not, we'll do the Cluestone thing, but I would have to imagine he's not expecting a Prismatic Strands. Unfortunately, it looks like he's just doing nothing. So we may have to leave up the Strands one more time. We don't even have to do it. I think it's just very efficient here to actually do so. We end up drawing a Squadron Hawk. Yeah, I'm just going to attack here. He's only got 3 cards, so we don't necessarily have to make this play, but I feel like maybe, yeah, we're kind of priced into doing it now. Had I wanted to go the Battle Screech route or something, I probably should not have attacked with both guys because I could flash back. So now we'll just Strands because we know we're getting a guaranteed card. And we're also fogging basically a full turn if he doesn't start throwing instants at us. So that's what I like about this line of play. He is going to throw some instants at us. Okay, so we're going to choose red. So this is pretty good for us. We're sitting quote-unquote pretty at 8. I think I want to play my guys first so that I have up Strands flashback. So I'll do this first. I mean, presumably if he had more stuff to play, he would have done it during that period of time when he did the whole Fire Blast thing, but just in case that wasn't the case, We'll just do it like this. So we're actually looking pretty good here as long as we keep playing guys. Oh, and there's Guardian's Pledge, which looks like a kill. I'm gonna go ahead and play a Squadron Hawk first, so that I do have a flashback in case he somehow is able to finish us off. This is actually going to force him to try and burn our guys, but we can then at that point use prismatic strands to protect our guys as well. Plus he's got to kill 2 guys in order not to die to this. So I think we just won this game. And if I'm not entirely mistaken, I actually don't remember what we played in the past. We may have played Burn already, but I don't think we have. I apologize if I forgot what we played. So here we want to do away with some of our more expensive spells. So it's possible that Screech is going to go. We have the 3rd Strands. We have Cop Red. We have Standard Bearer. Another thing that's a potential liability is they play this card. It's a newer card. Is the maniac scientist guy, Thermo Alchemist, I think it's called, and we need to be able to kill that guy. So I think I'm actually going to cut some other 2-drop so I can play that. Gather the Townsfolk is a little faster than Squadron Hawk is, so maybe I'll try cutting Squadron Hawk if I can. Something's kind of frozen here. Wow, there's like a bug that won't let me cut Squadron Hawk all the way. Well, that's silly. Wow, okay, I guess I'm going to have to try and cut Gathers instead. Oh no, now all the Squadron Hawks are gone. No, they're not. Okay, maybe it is just like a visual bug. This is strange. We have 4, 5, 9 cards that we cut. We added 1, 3, 5, 9. Okay, so it's just a visual glitch. Except it won't let me submit. Oh my goodness. Alright, we need to act quickly, so I'm gonna try and put all the Hawks back in. And I guess we'll have to cut something like Thraben Inspector. We have 1 minute. Selfless Cathar actually speeds up our clock a little bit. I guess we'll cut Thraben Inspector, even though I would want 1-drops. Jeez. Okay, I guess we're... Oh, I can't even submit now. What the hell? I have to submit a 61 card... Wow, what a train wreck. I don't know what the hell just happened there, but we weren't able to submit our deck. You guys probably caught whatever happened, and I just didn't or something, but it seemed like a pretty serious bug. Okay, so we're going to mulligan this. Our opponent kept 7. This hand's actually good enough to try and get there with, even though there's no land in it. I'm going to be stupid here. We get to scry, so I think we're going to keep. Oh boy. So now I actually think we're pretty favored to win. You know, barring any crazy electrickeries. And if we do miss lands after this first land, we might be screwed, but I think this is going to be okay for us for now. I think there's a high enough amount of hate cards in our hand, Searing Blaze, that it was worth keeping this with the being on the draw and scrying. So I could just play immediately into Electrickery here, which I actually think is not so bad because we also have the follow-up of Circle of Protection. So I'm going to give it a whirl. We might be playing right into our opponent's hands here. But if not, we're going to be gaining some life. I mean, this hand doesn't really get a chance to play around Electrickery, so... Okay, so it is a Thermo Alchemist, which is going to be a bit of a problem. Oh, don't, uh, I don't have to right click to auto yield and stuff. Thermo Alchemist is a bit of an issue. We're going to need to hit lands to really make this Cop Red work. So I could play Lumathread Field and just automatically protect my guys from Electrickery. I could play 2 guys, and then I'm going to gain 4 life this turn. Let's attack first and see what happens. We may want to just gain the 4 life and try and get ahead before he draws into Electrickery. So yeah, he gets a block, of course. I think we gain the 4 life now. Both of our dudes basically, both of the guys we're about to add to the table survive Electrickery pretty well. And it also just creates a clock for us. So I think this is an okay decision. Next turn we're almost certainly playing Lumathread Field, but yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't at that point. So these 2 Soul Wardens are going to be pretty helpful at this point. And it's only once we get some open mana available, or we have nothing else to do, that we'll play this Cop Red, I believe. Okay, another Thermo Alchemist. So these could get very deadly. This card is not to be underestimated. Plus the activation can sometimes get around things like Prismatic Strands or Cop Red because he can respond with an instant and then untap. So he's going for the Dome, but that's not going to be too helpful here. I'm just going to play the field now because Hawk really plays into Electrickery. I think we're almost better off just adding to the board. We gain 2 life each time. Cop Red maybe saves us 3 life instead, but it doesn't add to our board and our clock. So I'm gonna play it like this. And right now our board is really good. His board is really good as well. So the fact that we're both missing land drops could be a problem, but it's pretty good for him to be missing land drops because he can use the burn spells. So does he forget to activate? He forgot to activate. Awesome. So we love that. I think we just have to race. I think we just have to play Squadron Hawk and do what we can. But he's in a sick position where every burn spell is 5 damage right now. And he's already got 2 damage on us. Man, we gotta kill him fast. The Cop Red is not even good in this position, I don't think, because we don't have enough mana to do really all that much. We don't want to be leaving up mana either. Okay, Rift Bolt. So he's setting us up for the fall here. Wow, 2 Rift Bolts. Yeesh. Okay. Well, there is a... We can counter 1 Rift Bolt. But I think we really need to put a clock on him. This also thins our deck, so it gives us a better chance of hitting either another land or Guardian's Pledge for the win. So I think I will attack this guy and then just get all my Squadron Hawks. I think it's better for those 2 reasons. The problem is I'm not so convinced that we're safe at 26 life. I mean, these things, I know I keep harping on this. These guys really do put in a bunch of work all at once. His lack of mana per turn is... Well, he didn't even block. What was that about? I don't know. But it's good for us. Basically puts Guardian's Pledge as a win, depending on how he wants to block, or Guardian's Pledge kills his Alchemists. Okay. Keep hitting the OK button. Okay. So let's see what he can do. He can do a good bit of damage here. Again, his Rift Bolts do 5 each. And then he's also got 2 on top of that, so he's already got 12 damage. That's it for me. Man, this is scary stuff, guys. We're really lucky that we got the Soul's Attendant and Soul Warden, but we're unlucky because we're facing 2 alchemists that they basically undo the Soul Warden and Soul's Attendant, and then some. I mean, I guess you could make the argument that the inverse argument that our Soul's Attendants and Soul Wardens mitigate the alchemists. I guess that's something too. So yeah, he's doing what, 12 damage to us, I believe. We were at 26, I want to say. Yeah, that's 12 damage. Good lord. I think he's probably got us here. Oh, so sad. This is nuts, man. And I have all 4 journeys in here. Yeah, that's very close to doing it. Alright, let's tell him GG. GG. Yeah, it's crazy. You would think, oh, I've got Soul Wardens, I've got Circle. This is all locked up. Not quite. Not quite. So what am I missing in this equation? I think this is the best we can do. We are a little slower because we don't have Gather, we don't have all the 1-drops, but I think Standard Bearer just saving us some damage is better. I think it's better to have the slightly slower but disruptive card instead. Alright, this is not really an anti-burn hand, but it's, you know, pretty fast in terms of what our deck can do. The only thing is Electricity again, so let's see if our opponent's going to mulligan at all. We kept very quickly, and he keeps as well. So he's either trying to hit lands, I would assume, or he's got maybe 1 land too many. I would prefer the latter scenario, but he could also be just stuck on 1 land and never have a chance this game. That would also be fine with me. Lava Spike. So do I run the Standard Bearer? Not yet, because it's just setting. We're just setting that play up for Searing Blaze. So we're gonna wait. The other danger is, again, with this hand is still Electricity. So he does hit the land. And he's playing Curse. Okay. So that's not the scariest 2-drop play he could have. I think Thermo Alchemist clearly is the scariest one. And we're off to a decent start. Oh, there's a great draw. We're actually going to drop that this turn. And that lets our Standard Bearer live. We can also do Squadron Hawk. No, I'm going to play this. I think we're far enough ahead that we can protect ourselves. And we're going to be pretty good next turn with the Standard Bearer as well. Or if we draw Circle at any time. Even Soul Warden would be sick. Okay, so what do you got now? If he's got Alchemist, we're in trouble. Okay, there's Searing Blaze. Yeah, he's actually doing pretty well here. Standard Bearer is going to be good, though. Okay, so yeah, we just attack, and we play out 2 more guys, one of them being Standard Bearer. This is going to get real close, but Standard Bearer is going to buy us probably a turn. And then it's possible we can get a Guardian's Pledge for the win, or, I mean, again, Circle, Strands, all good stuff here. Sorry. Okay, we got a reader. He's trying to figure out what the hell that card does. Well, Nothing that you would appreciate. Okay, so again, this game is very tight. It's gonna come down to the wire, which is usually what happens when you play against Burn. If he's got another Searing Blaze, then we're really screwed. But I wasn't expecting him to also hit his 4th land. So maybe the keep he had was, man, he's got another one. Was a land heavy hand. Fire Blast, nice. So we got a full Fire Blast out of the deal. That seems like he's in desperate shape at that point. And we have the Guardian's Pledge, so all we have to do is survive one more turn. So is there any way I can play around anything at all? I mean, Secluded Step. We're going to drop him to 11, then we're going to have... I think we have to play both guys, unfortunately. And hope we're alive. Because if I only play one guy, he can save himself by killing just one creature. So he can save himself by killing just one creature. If he did that, I think we have to play both guys. If he did that, I'm still trying to figure this out, but it's too late because I spent my mana. If I was going to cycle the Secluded Step, I should have done that first because I would have been able to leave up strands or something. Needle drop me, okay. Had he just killed one guy, he would go to 3, I think. 3, 6, 9. Wow, am I stupid? No, now we have him to the point where he can't really survive anything. Alright, we're already priced into doing this, unfortunately. But, I should have thought about it just a little more, because it might actually cost us here. 10, so he needs a pair of 3 damage burn spells and another Fire Blast, which I think he has the Fire Blast. Wow. Jeez, he's got us? Oh, no. Alright, so... that sucks. Wow. Alright, I want to see what I would have drawn. Oh, we don't even get to see what we're going to draw? Oh, man, because if it was the strands, I think we would have been okay there. Well, guys, this is a depressing ending to this story. We don't even know what we would have drawn, so it makes it really hard to say what was the right play. Hopefully you guys can chime in. We could have cycled the Secluded Step, played just one Squadron Hawk. That would have left us with 4 creatures on the table. The turn following, assuming that, if we'd played the Squadron Hawk, we wouldn't leave up strands. I can't remember if we already had 4 creatures or if we needed 4. I think we already had the 4. So then we play Pledge. Yeah, we possibly should have cycled the Secluded Step to try and play around his out of having the sufficient amount of burn. So I think we actually kind of punted that game, in all honesty. I apologize for that. But that's going to wrap up our videos for today, guys. Kind of on a sour note. But I hope you enjoyed watching. And I would like to thank you very much for tuning in to this installment of... That's right. Dime a Dozen.